Good morning, Gavin. What's going on, brother? I'm going fishing. I left at 10 after 2 this morning, West Coast time. Hey, being human, what's going on? Where am I going? I'm going fishing. I got about a 5-hour drive up to a lake way up in the northeastern corner of Washington State. It's about 12 miles south of the British Columbia border and about 10 miles west of the Idaho border, way up in the northeastern corner. We're going up to fish for kokanee salmon. Hey, Kukiana. Yeah, I got a bit of a drive. Thanks, Kukiana. Yeah, there's no traffic at this time of morning. Yeah, it's a full moon. That's why the clouds are all lit up. And that's when those salmon run. They start running about 2 weeks before the full moon, and then they run for about 2 weeks after the full moon. And that's the first full moon in November is when these salmon run. Thank you guys for stopping in this early. Well, where you guys are at, it's not early. Bay 510, what's going on? Good morning. Yeah, I'm on the west coast of the states also. I'm in Washington State. It's the same time here. I'm on my way to go salmon fishing. I got about a 4.5, 5-hour drive. Everything goes right. I should be dropping my first fly in the water about around 8 o'clock this morning. This will be the first time salmon fishing on my fly rod. Yeah, it is cold and wet. It's right now it's not too bad. It's 41 degrees, but it's been raining for like the last 3 days. So it's really wet. And we should be getting snow anytime. all the mountains around me have all got snow on them. The things we do for fishing, huh? I don't mind driving. Oh, you lived in Seattle? Renton, Carnation. You know, I love the Carnation area. And you want to talk about some good fishing. Over on that side, it's excellent fishing. Yeah, I follow a channel, Run, Jack of All Trades, and he does a lot of salmon fishing. He lives on the west side, and he does quite well. So these kokanee salmon that I'm going to be fishing for, they're not like your normal kokanees. Normal kokanees, you know, like in Lake Chelan and Banks Lake, they get up pretty good, you know, 18, 20 inches. But these ones up here that I'm going to be fishing for, 16 inches is a big one. These are, we call them a dwarf salmon. And they're in full metamorphosis right now. They got the big hump on their back, their bodies are red and their heads are green. They got the big hooked bottom jaw. Yeah, what's wild about these salmon is they live in this lake, and then there's two creeks that run into this lake that feed it. There's actually more than that, but there's only two that fish can get up. And these fish, they go up those two creeks, and they only go up about 3, 4, 5 miles max, and they spawn, and then they die. I don't know if they do. I don't think they're doing more than one spawn. I think they're just a one-shot pony, because once that fish goes into metamorphosis like that, they don't come back out of that. So those fish are going to die as soon as they're done spawning. Yeah, my grandpa, I was raised in California, and my grandpa was an avid sturgeon fisherman. We lived in the Central Valley, and he would fish the Stanislaus River, the Tuolumne River, the Merced River, and there was one other river he fished. And believe it or not, those are not real deep rivers, but every one of those rivers had sturgeon in it. I don't know about anymore, but this was back in the 60s when I was a kid. My grandpa, he did quite well. Hey Lucy, what's going on? Good morning. Yep, that's the unofficial record in Washington State too, is 1,600 pounds, and the official record documented is 1,200 pounds. Yeah, we got some big sturgeon up here in Washington too. I just can't even imagine catching 1,000-pound fish. That's unreal, man. And I actually got my my grandfather's sturgeon rod. When he passed away, he gave it, before he passed away, he gave the rod to my dad to give to me. I used to go sturgeon fishing with him. We'd hook into one of those sturgeon, and my grandfather had a 12-foot aluminum boat, and those fish would pull us up and down the river like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, sturgeon are excellent eating fish. One of my favorite fish is sturgeon. As a matter of fact, I'll be coming up here by, in a few more miles, I'll be driving by a dam, and it's called Rock Island Dam. And below the dam, they call that the reservoir between that dam and I think it's Priest Rapids. They that area, that reservoir in between those two dams is known for big sturgeon. And when we back in 2007, we did an overhaul on one of the units down here at Rock Island Dam, and they put the log stops in the dam and started draining it down, and it takes about 3 days to drain the draft tube down. And they got it down to where it still had about 10 feet of water in it, and they do this all the time. They send a camera down in there, and sure as shit, there was an 8-foot sturgeon on the back side of the log stops. So they had to fill the draft tubes back up, pull the log stops, wait for the fish to leave, put the log stops back in and drain it. It postponed the job for 9 days. Wow, that's pretty wild. I wish I wasn't already filled up with fuel. I would stop and reach you guys up, but I'm driving right now, and there's a lot of deer in this area where I'm at, and right now is the rut's just getting over, so these deer are migrating, heavy migrations to their winter grounds. So there's deer everywhere. This area that I'm at right now, this part of Washington State, is mule deer only in this area. And then once I get on the other side of the Columbia and start heading towards Spokane, that'll be whitetail and muley. Oh yeah. Always drive safe. I'm doing exactly the speed limit, which I normally do a few miles an hour over, but this guy's he's not in a big hurry. Passing lanes up here in a couple miles, so. Okay, he's starting to speed up now. What's going on? Good to see you, Steven. We're going fishing this morning. We've got a long drive, though. Driving by Rock Island Dam right now. I wish Rock Island Dam, the first hydroelectric facility on the Columbia River. Now, it wasn't the first dam. The first dam was Bonneville Dam on the lower Columbia, and that was just strictly for flood control. And then they built this dam in '36, and it's the first one that produced electricity. And then the next dam was Grand Coulee. Guy, every time I get to a passing lane, he floors it. But I'm passing him. Yeah, brought my rain gear because it's probably going to be raining up there. I can't believe it's not raining right now. Walla Walla. Yeah, I wish I could read this chat, but man, I got to keep my eyes on the road. Yeah, this is all orchards on both sides of the highway here. And they just got done harvesting here probably about 3 weeks ago. And what they do is they just drop all the culls on the ground. So there's a lot of animals in there, bear, deer, raccoons, everything in there eating on those apples. And with all those critters in there eating on the apples, that brings the predators in. Well, mainly cougars. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope I have service up here where I'm going fishing, but I don't think I do. So I'll be publishing videos and then just taking pictures of the fish I catch, if I catch any, and posting them on my channel. Appreciate you guys all stopping in though this early in the morning. Early in the morning for me anyway. road's pretty beat up, man. Yeah, I was actually going to wait until tomorrow to go up here and go fishing, but my buddy said that the fish count up here, he said it's just astronomical. And I've been up here, I think the last time I seen these fish run was about 33, 34 years ago. And it was a bumper year that year. And I mean, this little river these fish are running in is probably only 10, 12 feet across, and it's only about 3 feet deep. And there was just those schools of salmon would come up through there, and it would just be red for, 20 yards in the width of the creek. Lots of fish, but they're in spawn, so I hope I got the right fly that's going to get their attention. Lake that I'll be fishing had the Washington State record German Brown for almost 40 years. That record held just over 20 pounds. The record's been broke since, but that's a pretty nice size brown. And then it's got huge cutthroats in it too. My buddy, about 35 years ago, he caught a 10-pound cutthroat. That's a colossal cutthroat. Hey, morning, Skeeter. I'm heading fishing, buddy. I got a long drive. Got another good 4 hours of going salmon fishing. Backtrack, what's going on, brother? Yeah, it's pretty wild how those fish run around the full moon. Oh, and that's another thing. Where I'm going fishing, there are grizzly bears. And they have, in all the campgrounds, this area that I'll be in, there's warning signs about the grizzly bear. Be sure you stow your food away properly. And it's probably a good thing that I don't have service, because I am going to be packing. That's nice. I got a river 45 minutes from my house too, but the Columbia is closed for salmon fishing because the Columbia had real low counts this year. So salmon season, I think, only lasted about 6 or 7 days. I fished down in this area here. This is called Crescent Bar, and this is the what they call the Upper Wanapum. And I fished this area down here. I was bottom fishing, going, because they got channel cats down here. I never did catch a channel cat. I caught about a 17-inch northern pike minnow, and then I started cutting him up, using him for cut bait, but I never did catch anything else there in that spot. I don't know if they're doing it anymore, but they used to have a bounty on northern pike minnows, and there was guys that would that was their job. It would pay for their gas in their boat, and they would fill 5-gallon buckets full of them things, and they actually made money. But I don't know if they're doing that anymore. Man, I'm sorry I'm missing out on the chat, you guys. But thank you all for stopping in. Yeah, and these fish, I'm allowed, the limit is 10 fish. But like I said, they're not a big salmon. These things are, they're a dwarf. All those lights you see up there straight in front of me, that's the town of Quincy, Washington. But we're taking this back road here, bypass, a little shortcut here called White Trail Road. Run, what's going on, man? I was just talking about you earlier, telling these guys about you fishing for salmon over on the west side and doing quite well. And I'm heading salmon fishing up in the northeastern corner for kokanee. These are real small salmon. They only get like 14, 16 inches long, that's it. And they're in full metamorphosis. Big humpback, red body, big hook bottom jaw. Hi, Diana. Yeah, I wish I could look at the screen, say good morning to everybody, but I'm still in. There's a lot of orchards here. There's wheat fields up here. There's deer everywhere. Yeah, it's been raining here too, Run, for the last 3 days, and it's stopped now, but my old man up there, he lives up there where I'm going salmon fishing, and he said, you be sure to bring your rain gear because it's been raining up there too. I'll tell you guys what, man, I cannot wait. I hope I can catch a salmon on this fly rod. That would be the cherry on top. So are the salmon still running over there? Run on that side? I know my son-in-law and my grandson, they live out in Anacortes, and he's got some relatives that are commercial fishermen, and so he gets crab all the time, and then he takes my grandson salmon fishing all the time. I think at Deception, but anyway, they've been doing really good. He was posting pictures of the fish a few weeks ago. Chums are still popping up. Right on. Run. You might know. Okay, so these fish being in metamorphosis, you know, with the red bodies and the green head, the big humpback, they're probably only out of the lake. They've only been running in that creek for probably 2-3 yards. Once their body turns red like that, are they still good eating fish, or are they not so good eating? Because I know you fish for salmon a lot. Oh, really? Would they be all right?